I used to believe love meant holding on, even when it hurt. When he stopped calling, I blamed myself. Maybe I wasn't pretty enough. Maybe I talked too much. Maybe I expected too little or too much. I didn't know anymore. He started growing distant, smiling at his phone more than at me. The same man who once held me like I was his world now barely looked at me, and one day he didn't even have to say the words. I saw it in his eyes. He was already gone. When he replaced me, it felt like I'd been erased. The girl beside him looked perfect, carefree, glowing, everything I thought I should have been. I remember seeing them together, my chest tight, my heart screaming quietly, "How could you move on so fast?" But he did, and I was left behind, staring at the version of him that no longer loved me. That night I cried until my soul felt hollow. I scrolled through old photos, old messages, old promises. It was like watching someone die while still breathing, but in that silence between sobs, something small awakened inside me, a whisper saying, "You're still here." And maybe that was the beginning. Not of the pain, but of my becoming. Healing didn't happen overnight. It came in small, quiet moments, like making my own coffee and actually tasting it, walking alone and realizing I wasn't lonely, listening to music that once broke me and finally smiling through it. I stopped trying to understand why he left. I started learning why I stayed. In love, in pain, in waiting for someone who had already chosen to forget me. I began to see myself clearly again, not through his eyes, but through my own. The mirror started reflecting not my sadness, but my strength. I learned to dress for myself, to speak my mind, to laugh again without guilt. And somewhere along the way, I stopped checking his profile. I stopped comparing. I stopped wondering if he missed me. Because I realized maybe he never will. But that doesn't mean I wasn't worth missing. I became the woman I always wanted to be. Confident, soft, yet unbreakable. Peaceful, yet powerful. I started walking through life with grace, not to prove anything to him, but to honor the version of me that survived everything. The pain he gave me became my strength. The rejection became my redirection. And the girl he replaced became the woman he'll never forget. Months passed. One evening, as the golden light kissed the city streets, I saw him again. By accident, or maybe by fate. He was standing there with the same girl, but his eyes, they found me first. I was walking alone, head held high, calm, radiant in my own skin. His gaze lingered, like he'd just seen a ghost from a life he let slip away. He smiled awkwardly. I didn't, because there was nothing left to say. He looked at me the way a man looks at something he finally understands, too late. I could see it in his face, the regret, the realization, the ache of remembering what he once had and would never have again. But me, I just kept walking, not out of pride, but peace. Because I no longer needed his validation. My worth was never his to define. As the sunset poured gold over everything around me, I felt free. Beautifully. Finally free. He replaced me so easily, but now, every time he closes his eyes, he'll remember the woman who walked away. Not with anger, not with pain, but with power. And that's what makes me unforgettable.